Tell me when.
Yep.
Okay, we're back. So you have in the middle of your watercolor paper, you have a grid. And this grid is 4 by 4 because I use the small template. If you use the larger template, it's going to be 3 wide by 3 rows and 3 columns. So depending on which template you use. But everybody, when you finish doing your grid, you're going to have a grid that is, the other one is going to be 9 by 9. If you have a 3 by 3, it'll be 9. He has a 2-inch grid, and his 2-inch grid is 2 by 4. 2 by 2-inch grid, right? So, yeah, that's 8. So it's an 8-inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9. Yeah.
2 times 2 is 8.
Well, no, 2 times, but, oops, 4. 2 times 4, yes, 4. 4-inch, 2-inch grid, oops, 4 wide is 8. 2 by 4 is 8. So this is an 8-inch square. Here's my stencil. Before you go forward, you're going to number your stencil. You number each side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nicole, this part's important.
You label it clockwise?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Clockwise. I'm numbering 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I go over here to trace it, number 1 is at the top. On this next one, 2 is going to be at the top. Oh, no, 4. 1, because I'm going to rotate it. 4, 3, 2. So I'm going to put this down. I'm going to trace it. There you go. Now I'm going to rotate it. Now 4 is going to be at the top. And I'm going to line up my stencil. And I can fix it a little bit after I get them all traced. This will take a little bit of time to get them all traced, but each time you rotate it. 4, now I'm going to rotate it. 3 is at the top.
You're going to do that for the whole grid?
The whole grid, and I'm going to show you what you do when you get to the second row. And 2 is at the top. Remember, I want you to draw lightly with your pencil because they're going to be, this is a watercolor, and you can't erase after you start your watercolor, or after you put a layer of watercolor on it.
Why is that?
Because the watercolor seals it. So down here, I left off at 2, so if I go back to 1, look, it matches, and we don't want that. So down here, I'm going to start with 4. So I left off at 2, or I could start with 3. If I left off at 2 here, so I can flip to 3, as long as it's different than this one. So if I do 3, 2, 1, 4, I could do that. Whichever you prefer. And continue doing this until you have all of your stencils drawn on your watercolor paper. I will give you a moment to do that, and we will be back in a little bit.